2014. Whitney Wolfe Herd is 25 years old and her life is falling apart. She's just left Tinder, the dating app she helped build as vice president of marketing. But she didn't leave voluntarily. She filed a sexual harassment lawsuit against the company and her former colleagues. The lawsuit will eventually settle for over $1 million. But money doesn't heal the emotional damage. She's burned out, questioning her future in tech, wondering if she should just disappear from Silicon Valley forever. Instead, she has an idea. What if there was a dating app where women make the first move, where women have control and feel safe, where harassment is structurally prevented? She calls it Bumble. 7 years later, February 2021, Bumble goes public. Valuation, $8 billion. Whitney becomes a billionaire at 31, the youngest self-made female billionaire in American history. She turned her worst experience into a company that empowers millions. Your like and subscription help more women discover this story. Thank you. Whitney's background was marketing, not tech. She grew up in Salt Lake City, went to Southern Methodist University in Dallas. After graduation in 2011, she joined a startup called Cardify in Los Angeles. Then in 2012, she got recruited to a new dating app called Tinder. She became employee number 6 and vice president of marketing. Her job, grow the user base. She was brilliant at it. She traveled to college campuses, threw parties, got sororities and fraternities using the app. Tinder exploded, millions of users in first year. Whitney was instrumental to that growth, but behind the success was a toxic work environment. Whitney later described being called degrading names by male colleagues, having her contributions minimized, and experiencing harassment that the company ignored. In 2014, she left and filed a lawsuit. The details were ugly: text messages, emails, a pattern of mistreatment. Tinder eventually settled for over $1 million in public apology. But Whitney was devastated. She'd helped build something massive and had been treated terribly for it. If you find value here, please like and subscribe. Your support matters. Summer 2014. Whitney is recovering in Europe when she gets a message from Andrei Andreev, founder of Badoo, a European dating platform. He'd read about her lawsuit and her experience. He had a proposition. What if she started a new dating app with his financial backing? She could build it her way, make it safe for women, fix what was broken about online dating. Whitney was hesitant. She'd just escaped one dating app disaster. But the idea intrigued her. What if she could create something different? Her insight was simple, but revolutionary. Let women make the first move. In heterosexual matches, only women could initiate conversation. Men could match, but had to wait for women to message first. This single feature changed everything. It reduced harassment. Men couldn't bombard women with crude messages. It gave women control. They decided who they wanted to talk to. It flipped gender dynamics. Women weren't passive recipients, but active participants. The concept was feminist, but practical. And it worked. December 2014. Bumble launched. Austin, Texas headquarters. Whitney was founder and CEO. Andreev's Badoo provided funding and technical infrastructure. The tagline, "Make the first move." Marketing emphasized female empowerment. Within months, Bumble had 100,000 users. Within a year, millions. Women loved it. Finally, an app that prioritized their safety and comfort. Men adapted. Many actually preferred not having to initiate every conversation. The model worked for everyone, but Whitney didn't stop at dating. She expanded Bumble into 3 modes: Bumble Date, romantic relationships, Bumble BFF, friendships, and Bumble Biz, professional networking. The insight: women wanted connections beyond just dating. They wanted friends after moving to new cities. They wanted professional networks without harassment. Bumble became a holistic platform for women's empowerment across all relationship types. This differentiated Bumble from competitors. It wasn't just another dating app, it was a movement. 2017-2019 brought explosive growth. Bumble reached 50 million users worldwide. Revenue exceeded $200 million annually. Whitney negotiated to buy back Bumble from Andreev's holding company. She took full control of her company. She became one of the few women leading a major tech company she founded. and she did it while being vocal about issues like harassment, women's rights, and corporate responsibility. She wasn't just building a business, she was building a brand with values. February 11, 2021. Bumble goes public on NASDAQ. Ticker symbol BMBL. Opening valuation $8 billion. Whitney owns approximately 20% of company, worth roughly $1.6 billion personally. She rings the opening bell with her young son on her hip. At 31 years old, she's the youngest self-made female billionaire in history. She's also one of the few women to take a tech company public as founder-CEO. Wall Street analysts are impressed. Bumble is profitable, growing fast, and has clear competitive advantages. Whitney's story resonates because it's not just about success, it's about purpose. She could have taken her Tinder settlement money and disappeared. She could have stayed out of tech forever. Instead, she channeled her pain into building something better. She created an app that prevented other women from experiencing what she experienced. She built a company that valued women's voices, safety, and empowerment. She proved that business can be profitable and ethical simultaneously. Today, Bumble has over 100 million registered users in 150 countries. Revenue exceeds $1 billion annually. Whitney continues as CEO, advocating for women in tech and pushing for industry changes around harassment and equality. She turned her worst experience into fuel. She rewrote dating rules and created a billion-dollar business in the process. 25 to 31. Pain to purpose. Harassment victim to billionaire CEO. She showed the world that your worst moment doesn't define you. How you respond to it does. If this story inspired you, your like and subscription help more women discover it. Thank you.